Activation code required. Access granted. Warning. Evacuation sequence activated.
We're back. Welcome to the bunker.
Welcome to the bunker tonight, folks. Coming here live from Concrete, Washington State.
And a lot of other places.
It's our first of, many roundtables for the month of December.
December roundtables.
Well, we have 3 more? 2 more?
How many more weeks are there in December?
Yeah.
3.
Yeah, I know. It was like,
there's 3
7.
more
I have
weeks
to look at my damn computer.
December. That's a fucking calendar right there.
There's calendars. I have a calendar on the computer. Oh shit! It says snow off and on.
Oh.
My little weather app says it's snowing off and on like right now.
Well, yeah. Look out the window.
Oh, it's not. I haven't seen any snow. Do you guys see snow?
I don't see anything.
Cocaine.
Joe, is it snowing here?
It's supposed to snow tonight.
Yeah.
There you go.
Like here in Concrete?
Yeah.
And then for the next 4 days.
What the fuck, dude? How do you know this?
He's watching us.
I'm a psychic.
You are.
No, he's like Santa. He's watching us. He knows when we're sleeping.
Other than my neighbor getting his tractor and kind of pushing snow around on the road, my snow hasn't gone away. So it's just going to fucking continue to build up.
I think we need to have a battle.
Huh.
Snow wars?
Snow?
Well, no. Joe was just like trying to step up on Nikki's territory there.
Oh, yeah. The battle of psychics.
Uh-oh. Battle of
psychics.
Psychic battle.
Psychics.
Oh, I want to watch.
Joe,
I have
fucked.
psychic pointy sticks.
Nikki's going to beat that out of you.
No, you don't want to watch. I've been attacked recently.
How did you know?
Nikki's going to psychically go to Joe's bunker and play with his pointy sticks.
Yeah. Hubba hubba.
Wow, shit got awkward in the bunker.
Hey, Rick, did you ever get unplowed?
Okay, whoa. You're talking about pointy sticks and now you're plowing, Rick? What the fuck is this?
That took a turn for the ugly, but no, yes, we've been unplowed, I would say, yes. I've been out several times down to the marketplace and a couple other spots in town. So yeah, we're having the same problem. The snow's not going away. So I just keep running over new spots every day, trying to make a little path. I'm eventually going to make a path to the front door, but I've got to find a way to get that little, our little temporary like eave thing over next to our shop. I'm just going to knock it over, and it'll make it much easier. So,
right.
Well, if anybody that's up in the concrete area does need their driveways plowed or anything like that, Josh over at Annie's Pizza has actually pretty affordable rates for it, and he has the machinery to do it.
Okay.
He'll come out and plow driveways.
Robert White in the chat room just wants to remind everyone, especially Joe, to sheathe the pointy stick before plowing with them.
I don't know. Do your pointy sticks have sheaths for them, Joe?
Oh, that makes more sense. So Robert said it's also 102 degrees there.
Well, yeah, it's summertime there.
I didn't realize he was in Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Bobble White has drop bears.
What?
Do what?
He has drop bears. Bob White. Robert White?
Yep.
What the fuck is a drop bear?
I don't know.
Drop bear. There's bears. They set up in the trees. When you walk by, they drop down on you.
Is it?
Ooh,
Those koala bears?
You know what?
That's a koala.
It's a real thing, man. It's a real thing.
That's better than a spider. Just my opinion. I wouldn't want a spider.
I don't know.
drop
I'd rather have a
Oh,
spider
everything
drop
in
on me than a
Australia is
fucking
poison.
bear.
No,
they're cute little fuzzy things,
never.
though.
I got
Oh,
a bear drop on me.
I was so confused.
800-pound bear just drops out of the sky.
No. They're small.
No,
Okay, I was
do
so
not
confused.
need a koala size. I do not need a koala-sized spider dropping onto my head. I'm not going to Australia ever. So
Cousin of the koala.
too many things can kill you down there.
Yeah, you see,
The butterflies are poisonous in Australia.
Almost everything can
So
kill
is
you.
the
There's
butter.
things that
That's the
can't
case.
want to.
It's the cousin of the koala bears, and they like tourists. I imagine they do.
Interesting.
that,
Wait.
that reminds me of. So we had an engineering unit in Somalia that went out in the jungle making roads. Oh, good God!
Oh, that is fucking
That-
terrifying.
No, that would be
Okay.
terrifying.
Holy
You'd drop
crap,
on
that's
me.
scary.
Look, it's snowing upward.
All right, guys, who wants to go to Australia? I want to take one of those fuckers home.
Yeah. I like that.
Never.
Anyway, there's engineers went out into the bush to make roads in Somalia, and so they set up base camp, and they were told, ignore the monkeys, do not mess with the monkeys. The monkeys, they'll come and watch. Do not mess with them.
How can you not mess with a monkey?
Well, no, this
Okay.
dumbass threw a rock at one and hit it,
Mm,
and it ran away.
Monkeys
they
are
get-
awesome.
Well, that night, the whole fucking tribe of monkeys was throwing rocks at this engineering unit, and yeah. So
Yeah, you don't fuck.
play with the wildlife.
I want to I like monkeys. I think that'd be cool.
No,
No.
I'd be like Tarzan.
You
I'd be
do
the
re-
king.
You do
Monkeys
remember
are
there's a whole thing about the monkey that tore the woman's face off a few years ago, and they had to she was the first one that had a complete face reconstruction.
That
Did
was
they
a
use
chimpanzee.
monkey
You guys
parts?
remember? No, he tore her face completely off. It was yeah, you don't mess around with monkeys. And,
That
ooh.
monkey had to have gotten into some bath salts.
if you didn't learn nothing from night at the museum, they will steal your keys.
He's a wild animal.
He's a monkey.
What,
Well,
monkey?
So is a
yeah, but they're
I like the white gorillas or the mountain gorillas.
The silverbacks.
The silverbacks. Those ones are cool.
Calm down, Miss
Congo.
What? What?
Oh my god.
oh
Okay. Okay.
no, that movie.
Eric in the mist.
that,
Yeah.
Stop eating my sesame cake. Okay.
That's a different.
So, who on
That's
the panel
Congo.
has an elf on the shelf?
Who plays with Elf on a Shelf? What did you say?
Does anybody have an elf on the shelf?
No.
Neither do I.
No.
We tried.
Did you?
The kids were.
I got a bud in the
terrified of
fridge.
it. We couldn't keep it.
No, they
The
ripped
kids
it
were
apart.
terrified of it.
They ripped it into pieces and threw it in the garbage.
Smart kids.
I have Admiral Akbar on a snack bar.
Hey, there you go.
Akbar or snack bar? What the
Yeah,
fuck is that?
Yeah.
Admiral Akbar.
Akbar's-
Snack bar.
Admiral Akbar, you bastard.
Yeah, Eric's too old for Star Wars references.
Oh, okay.
Really?
I got it.
Huh.
It's a trap.
Yeah.
If the movie
That's
wasn't
the
made
guy.
in the 20s, Eric hasn't seen it. You know? Friend.
A lot of movies from like 1990 to 2010 I probably haven't seen.
That was a very specific
Honestly.
date, 92,
So Star Wars was
2010.
87?
I know.
Wait a minute, Return of the Jedi came out in
I was
1983.
graduating from high school. Fucking, I wasn't thinking about.
You know,
Star Wars.
Eric, you know, as far as movies go, if you missed it at the theater, they have these things now that you can stream movies. You can even get them on discs, or old dudes like you can get them on VHS. You can still get the old movies and watch them.
Screw you. You are full of shit. Because everyone's trying to find Yellowstone and no one can. Okay?
What, Yellowstone?
I got it.
The new season?
I got it.
Yeah, but do you
No.
have
Yeah.
TV?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, fuck you and your real TV.
Wait, it's streamed live in your bunker?
Fuck you, I'm caught up, man. I just watched the latest episode. Beth is hot, by the way.
Yeah, she is. I'm sorry, but it's true.
God.
This season, she's already gotten into 2 fist fights with other women. I love it.
I just watch it for the horses.
We're going to miss the
Yeah,
Krampus
you watch
Fest.
it for the whore, sis.
No, the horses, like literally.
Cole, we're going to miss the Krampus Fest.
It's over.
I know.
We did miss it.
I know.
Friend,
I wanted to go this year.
To what?
The
I would-
Krampus
there
Fest.
was
you
no
know?
way
No,
we
we're
were
not
making
going
it to
to
Lebanon.
Rampus Fest.
Yeah, no.
God,
Friend,
Hester, me.
huh?
3 days, somebody on the other side keeps using the name Krampus, and I'm like, what the big F is such a big deal
Krampus.
about Krampus? 3 straight days did not leave me alone about this.
I have
What the hell
theory.
is up?
I have a theory.
Krampus is trying to reach out to you.
So, well, no.
Maybe he just got a Krampus.
Nikki, there's a chance those are the kids in the sack.
Help us.
You
Oh.
have kids in
Oh,
your
that's
sack?
terrifying. The kids in the Krampus sack.
What? Oh.
It's
Could it
like
not
kids
be,
in
though?
the hood, except not.
No, he hooks them up to a chain.
You know,
and drags them,
it's
too.
possible
No,
that
he
you're
puts them in a sack.
getting the. It's possible that you're getting the things from Krampus because he's asking you, do you know any naughty children? And there's several of them on this broadcast. You can just give their names, you know.
Well,
Nikki, if anybody ever asks you that, you call the FBI immediately.
Especially if there's a guy in a red suit coming down the chimney.
You can give them my name. I'll hang out with their sack. In their sack.
Take my sack out of this.
We didn't say Joe Sack.
Whoa, Joe. Ew, old balls. Okay.
Somebody's underwater.
What?
Kind of like horses.
Who
What?
fell?
It was Joe. He had a heart attack thinking about his sack.
A sack full of pointy sticks.
Okay, we are done with this conversation. Continue. Somebody else ask a fucking question. Cole.
Okay, so, yeah, like, so Krampus,
If you were a sack, what kind of sack would you be?
I'd be a sack full of sweet, salty nuts.
as most people know, Krampus' day was December 5th.
Yes.
Right.
For December 6th, as everyone knows, and to all of you, happy St.
Krampus Day.
Nicholas Day.
See.
No, that was December 6th. was St. Nicholas Day. Dumbass. Jesus Christ.
Wasn't he the patron saint of travelers?
And
That's
actually,
St. Christopher.
Oh, my bad.
I wanna
What is
say
Saint Nicholas?
Today was,
What is
Santa!
he? No, what is he the fucking saint of?
it's the 7th.
Children.
Whatever he wants to be.
He's a saint of children? Is that still allowed in the Catholic Church?
Oh!
Oh. They get sent to the Vatican for that.
Oh,
And
okay.
and locked up.
Sorry, my bad. Okay, sorry.
But no,
Yep,
today
Happy
was
St.
Saint
Christopher
Nicholas
Day,
Day in
everybody. What?
This
No?
has nothing to do with St. Christopher, Kayla.
Oh, sorry, Saint Nicholas.
Jesus Christ.
One of the goddamn 27,000 saints. Happy
I
Saint
want to
Day.
say on the, I think it's the 7th, that St. Niklaus and Black
Niklaus.
Peter go through all the villages of,
6th.
is it 6th? Okay.
Wait, is it still
His
PG to
literal
call
day
him
is the
Black
6th
Peter?
Across the world.
Okay.
Sailors, merchant, archers, repentant thieves, children,
Peter.
brewers, pawnbrokers, unmarried people, and students in various
Black
cities and
Peter.
countries across Europe. Thank you.
So they try to make that a race thing because his name is Black Peter because he actually he's covered with soot.
Oh, so it's like the original blackface.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Shut the fuck up. Oh, but no, for all the naughty kids.
You should just stop, man.
You went into this. Like, man,
Well, Black Peter gives the naughty kids coal.
his nickname is apparently Sam Crow. Fran,
Yeah.
Oh my god, okay.
Okay.
We're going down a rabbit hole here.
Oh, now we're talking about... No. God damn, Eric. Somebody ask a paranormal question that doesn't have to do with blackface or some kind of fucked up
Sacks,
racist
Joe,
shit.
come on.
And Joe, no more sticks and sacks. Continue.
Jiminy.
Okay, I just want to say, because you mentioned December 7th, it is the anniversary of Pearl Harbor, so
It is.
Yes. Thank you, Joe.
Yeah.
props to all the veterans, everybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
For
I like this Robert guy. Chim chimney, chim chimney,
Robert's
chim
awesome.
chim chidoo.
Rick, you have the first question for the night.
Yes, Rick.
Yes. Are snow fairies a thing? And if so, are they malevolent or benevolent?
They're both.
The fuck is a snow fairy?
That's what I'm asking. Is it a thing?
Oh, snow fairies.
They're from Alaska, Joe.
No, that's right.
Kayla.
I'm sure this is a Rankin Bass thing. Or Rankin Bass, however it was. Yeah.
Oh,
So
sure.
yes, there are snow fairies, but there's actually fairies that manipulate all seasons.
Okay.
Wouldn't a snow fairy and a water fairy be the same fairy?
No,
So one is like
depends on where they're at.
they're more of a winter. They are more of a winter fairy. And I hate referencing a cartoon, but the perfect cartoon to, Tinkerbell. So the Tinkerbell movies, yes, Tinkerbell's a cute little figure or whatnot, but they are
Yeah, she's hot.
interestingly based on.
She's evil as fuck. Come on.
If
Let's
you
not lie.
actually just get past the cartoon and pay attention to how the different fairies affect the seasons and make the color of the leaves, and
Oh, shit.
that's all part of fairy lore.
She tries to kill the kids.
Tinkerbell's a bitch.
Tinkerbell.
Hey, that's my cat's name.
That's
Careful
a
about
Sorry.
that.
Sorry.
So that would make it
She's
a malevolent
sensitive.
fairy.
Your cat kills kids. Rick, you got to do something about this.
Personally, I like Jack Frost.
I don't name the cats. It's just it's what I live with. So
No, Tinkerbell tried to kill the children,
All the Lost Boys.
and yeah, all the Lost Boys too. For,
She was a psycho.
Were they ever found?
No, they're still lost.
Okay.
in the Disney version,
Uh-huh.
he reprimands her for trying to hurt them.
Well, yeah.
It's a calmed down version of it.
Uh-huh.
In the original version, Tinkerbell was a bad fairy who
I
kept
agree.
trying to kill
But
all the Lost
pixies are
Boys.
fucking worse. Pixies scratch and bite. You ever been bitten,
Well-
scratched by a pixie?
Probably. They all fucking.
well, not since 1988, but yeah.
Oh, but yes, there are. In answer to your question, yes, there are snow fairies.
Okay.
If I was going to be a fairy, I'd be a snow fairy.
I'd say they can be. I think any of the fairies can be, or any of the fae can
I
be.
could-
It depends on what you're talking about. I mean, look at Elf on the Shelf.
What, Nikki?
What, Nikki?
I could ask the hierarchy royalty. I don't have a freaking clue.
Isn't a snow fairy a fairy in the snow, and a water fairy is a fairy in the water, and a rock fairy is a fairy on a rock? Come on, guys.
I don't think
Nope.
a fairy can go in the water. Their wings wouldn't work.
No, those are sprites anyway.
Or
Water
the
sprites.
sprites are nymphs. Nymphs?
If it's Sprite,
Wow.
it's not water.
Yeah, there is water sprites. So
Sprite soda.
Well, isn't water a nymph?
A nymph?
So a nymph is a type of a water fae, yes. But there's sirens,
Okay.
there's water sprites.
Wouldn't they all be considered fairies?
Okay.
No,
No, they're
I've seen-
fae.
fairies is a type of fae. So
So we're ogres. So, we're fucking...
again, think of fae as the umbrella, and fairy is a type of fae.
Yeah, there's thousands
Okay.
There's thousands of fae.
types.
So fae would be gnomes, leprechauns,
Hobgoblins.
water
Wood nymph.
sprites.
Wood nymphs.
Even to me, even banshees are a type of fae. But yes and no, because banshees
Oh,
are also
oh.
messengers of death.
Okay, so
FYI.
what was the Lady of the Lake?
She would be a fae.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. She wasn't a goddess.
She was
She
a
was
watery tart who chucked
drowned
swords at people and made them
victim.
kings of England.
She was a drowning victim.
No, she gave the
She was
sword to
some kind of
Arthur and made him
god.
king.
Yeah, she was
Come
like the
on.
lady in white of the olden day. She drowned in the fucking lake and then became the
That
queen.
is a theory. That she
That's a
is
theory of it. Yeah, that's one of the stories to it.
Yeah.
But I would consider her
So she was
like
a
the spirit of
water
the gods,
ghost.
Yes, she was a water ghost.
And she gave
She
King
might
Arthur
have-
a pointy
wait.
stick.
Excalibur!
Nikki, I think you had something to say.
I can barely. hear you. There you are.
Wood nymph.
Yeah.
Wood
Yeah.
nymphs happen to love being around campfires.
Yep.
So if you guys are ever at a campfire, they like to come and sit around, especially if you've got like warm rocks around the, which is kind of funny since we've just been about a number of things. But anyway, and
Okay, I have a question about that then, Nikki.
What?
come and sit by the fire.
Why would a wood nymph want to watch wood burn?
Not a frickin' clue.
They don't.
I don't have that. All I know
I
is
do.
they enjoy. I do know enjoy the people that are around campfires, and I don't mean
Right.
in a negative, detrimental
No.
way.
They like the human interaction. But a wood nymph is not. So a wood nymph isn't the soul of the tree. The dryad would be.
They like watching the moths walk into the fire. Let's not lie.
Yeah. Yeah. The suicide bombing moths.
Yeah.
Yep.
They'll warm by the fire, especially if you've got like the rocks that are the barrier of the fire. They'll sit on whatever, and they're about a foot and a half tall.
Like Jiminy Cricket.
That's a really good point, Robert. Would Pinocchio have been inhabited by a wood nymph? And that's a good possibility. Because he was a wooden doll. Or a wooden puppet.
No, he was just an evil possessed doll.
I want to be a real
Why
boy.
was he evil?
Have you not seen the damn movie?
He killed his dad.
Which one?
Pinocchio was
Just
an
a
asshole.
child. He was just a child, people.
He was he was
He
a
was literally
lying.
born yesterday.
He was a lying doll. But don't you remember his
No, he
fucking
wasn't.
nose
Count
kept
those
on
age lines. That
becoming a pointy
motherfucker's
stick?
older than all of us.
He had a pointy stick for a nose by the time he got done talking. Like a real politician.
You see Joe as Pinocchio, he's just sharpening his nose.
Oh.
I've never lied to you.
Out of my
Really?
head.
That's a good line anyway.
You got that line wrong, Joe.
Yeah.
You have
No.
the path.
You are supposed to say to her, sit on my face and I'll lie all you want.
Ew! Fuck!
What?
Oh.
And the show turns a corner.
Wow.
It
Okay,
does.
you know what? This
Ooh.
shit just got
Yeah.
weird. You guys are horrible.
That's why we are rated X. Anyway,
Whoa, Pinocchio, no! God.
that's why we don't get aired on.
So it's like one of those bend over and let me tell you a lie? Like, what
That
the
one works
Oh.
too.
fuck? You guys are ridiculous. Okay, please stop. Let's move on away from Joe's pointy stick nose. Okay? God.
I'm telling you, I'm not gonna have a voice by the time the end of the night's over. Oh shit!
Sharper
I have a great
nose,
nose.
all the better to sniff you with.
But no, for news listeners, yes, I actually have pictures of the sprites leaving our.
Okay, Gail, we're thinking the same thing when Eric said he had pictures.
Jesus Christ, don't take pictures of that.
Not pictures of that, no. Hell no. I have pictures of Faye
Pictures
leaving
of you
our.
and Joe sending each other.
And Robert joins in the discourse with, it's Cinderella sits on Pinocchio's nose, singing, "Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies."
Oh, hey.
Robert just called you Cinderella. Well, Joe's Pinocchio. We just talked about this.
I'm not fucking Cinderella.
No, you are Cinderella. Joe's fucking Cinderella.
Oh, my God.
Oh, good God.
Well, then can I be Rumpelstiltskin?
Oh, Rumpelstiltskin.
You want him to say your name?
Say my name. Say my name.
Rumple foreskin.
Okay, stop, guys. Jesus Christ.
You did that.
This is like a perverted Shrek. I don't like it.
Well,
So
fairy
is
tales
Shrek.
are
Yeah,
actually
that's true.
perverted, you know that.
Yeah.
Shrek is a perverted Shrek.
You're a perverted Shrek.
Perverted Shrek?
Oh my.
Okay, now, anybody have a genuine question here?
Nikki, you got one?
Nikki?
I gotta get to it. Hang on a minute. I had like 4 or 5 of them actually. Come on. Oh, this stupid.
Dog.
Okay.
Dead air.
Okay. One major. What? Shit, because it's a serious question.
Oh, okay. Let's do this.
Okay, serious question. If you were capable of making only one major change in this world, what change would you make? Realistically.
Okay, wait, can you repeat that?
You're cutting out.
If you were capable of making only one major change in this world, what change would you make?
Okay,
Oh,
I'll
wow.
go first.
Okay, go ahead.
I wouldn't change a thing. Unfortunately, I am of the opinion that I believe in the butterfly effect, and any change we could make could have very adverse reactions on the world and the universe around us. And I don't think any of us have the intelligence or the true heart to make that choice.
Well, and my answer is the same. I wouldn't change shit because I would let cards fall as they lie. That's where I'm
You know what we're listening to here is two married men who've heard the question from their wives. What would you change about me? And we're getting the same answer. I wouldn't change a thing, honey. I love you just the way you are.
No, I'm serious.
No.
I think empires rise and fall. People come and go. What's there to change? People have to learn. People have to develop. People have to do it on their own. I wouldn't change shit.
Okay, I would. All right, I'm sorry. I would change people's intelligence level. Okay, everybody has to be at least fucking capable of some form of critical thinking.
Oh no, you want to cause some bullshit? You tell them the answer you wrote down.
Yeah, that's not what you
No,
wrote
I
down.
was fucking. That's the first
on,
thing that went
go
through my
ahead,
head, and I was like, "Oh my god, that's
Come on,
messed up."
no.
No.
Well,
Nikki
you
wants
read
to
it?
hear this.
I like that answer.
You want to go with that answer, or you want to go with the original answer she had?
Shut up! I was joking.
Was that something about a plate?
No.
No.
Oh, no, you're not psychic, Joe.
You lose the battle. No, but seriously, I would like to up people's intelligence level. At least their fucking capacity to, goddamn, do simple and remedial tasks. That'd be great.
But doesn't that change free will, to an extent?
I don't give a shit
You
as
have
long
to
as
learn.
people are actually capable of doing something. Like,
That's part of the
Wanna hear
question,
what?
Eric.
No, I
But
know.
You know, if you got to change people's will, you got to change it.
But that's
If you had one choice.
You only have the ability to change one thing. You're changing their IQ, right?
mm-hmm.
What about their EQ? If it doesn't go up with it, you're screwing the world.
Whatever.
Like, yeah, you just gave them the ability to do it. They won't give a fuck enough to do it, though.
Hey, not everybody with a high IQ is a douche.
Anyone.
Just most of them.
Yep.
Hey,
Well, shouldn't it be more?
Yeah.
Shouldn't it be? You just would want everybody to have common sense. You don't have to have IQ.
There we go. It doesn't have to be IQ. It
Yeah.
can be common
Common
sense,
sense.
critical thinking. You know that.
Yes.
That
So
right
you
there.
raise common sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because this world is sorely lacking common sense. So,
It was.
Or work ethic. That would be great. Let's change that.
well, hey, that's good too.
well,
I was
I'm gonna piss in Eric's Cheerios because it is changing free will and all that. But for me, pedophiles, people that have committed that stuff, they go and burn on the sun, and it never shows up in any of the new generations. That would be good for me.
That'd be cool.
Okay.
I'll
I'd
agree
be
with
good
that
with
one.
that.
Yeah, because pedophile, I don't give a fuck what they say. Pedophiles are not rehabilitative.
Exactly.
No.
No, that's not possible.
Okay,
Regardless.
Joe, in that thinking, then what would you do with the soul?
Burn
I don't give
the
a shit about
fucking
their
sun.
soul. Yeah, it's
No,
in the
if
sun.
they're- Okay, got it.
Throw that soul into a black hole.
Yep.
I'm going to say
If
right
that
now,
soul,
Eric is wrong.
that soul's used.
Ew.
Eric is wrong. I will say that.
What? The free will?
They are rehabilitatable. A 25-cent bullets, and they are completely rehabilitatable.
Okay.
Jeez.
It works.
Well, see,
No, but with inflation, your 25-cent bullets would
A
be
50 cal. Yeah, I was gonna say, what's a 50 caliber
if
cost?
it's a BB, I'm actually even better with that. We'll do 100.
Okay.
Okay,
Over
whoa.
over
Now,
and over.
a $1.25
Whoa.
bullet, that's like a 22.
You can use a rope multiple times. Just saying.
Or a pointy stick.
There you go. You know what?
too.
Those are definitely reusable.
Because I'm all about causing extreme pain to a pedophile. So, pointy stick multiple times.
Okay,
See,
so
I was on.
I honestly would like it if they stopped putting them in separate prisons.
yeah, then they
Oh,
take care
yeah.
of
You
themselves.
want to know what?
No, you know what? Put them
I would
fuckers in the
change-
goddamn general population. See what happens to them.
Okay, what, Nikki?
Know what I would change?
What?
I'd clearly open the pineal gland, clearly open it up, open up the pineal gland, combined with fully open consciousness of every human on this planet.
We would fucking kill each other.
Yeah.
And others wouldn't.
Yeah,
Hey, that would take care of the global
find-
population problem.
There's
Would you guys remember the old sci-fi movie from the 50s, Forbidden Planet? They found out that they created a machine that raised everybody's intelligence up, and they're all able to communicate with everybody at once. The thing is, their id took over, and they killed each other. Every
Yeah,
single
they-
one of them.
You'd become the Borg, man.
and see, here I was. My answer was going to just be, I'd just like to get rid of auto-tune. So, no music with auto-tune in it ever.
Ah!
Hey,
Georgia,
I agree.
Florida
I agree.
I love that one.
I'm changing my answer. I want the Choco Taco back.
Oh, Jesus.
Ah!
Oh, there you go.
Chocolate
See?
taco.
Choco
Choco
Taco. Chocolate taco filled with ice cream.
I feel horrible. I've never had a Choco Taco, and as soon as I saw that they were gone, I wanted one really bad.
You can still buy one.
No, I want a deep fried Twinkie.
They're on Amazon for like $5,000, but you can still buy them.
Nobody wants a Choco Taco.
I want one that
I
bad.
ain't never heard of one, so I guess I'm missing out. Or I don't know what I'm missing. There we go.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Hey, Rick, Joe, do you have a question?
Let me see. Okay, would you rather spend the night in a haunted house or in a graveyard by yourself?
Either one.
I'll take the graveyard. I like the outdoors.
Yeah.
You see those pictures of all your different paranormal groups too. That if you got $10 million, would you spend the night? Fuck yeah! Why not? Of course I would.
Absolutely.
No, honestly, mine would have to be the graveyard. I couldn't do a haunted house. I don't do enclosed spaces well.
Me, I could do either one. I mean, with the haunted house, it's fine, but I mean, they're falling apart. You might fall through the floorboards or something. But being out in the graveyard, you're outside, and you might see a ghost, you might see Bigfoot, you might see UFO. You got the whole gamut of things out there.
Yeah.
Or maybe just some tweakers or some lovers over there in the corner. And
Well, you didn't tell us what we could take with us, so I have a gun
Why would you have a gun?
to kill the spirits
You're not going to be able to kill a spirit with a gun.
with a silver bullet.
oh, I was gonna ask that one time. On Supernatural, they use rock salt in a shotgun to kill ghosts. Or just temporarily hurt them. Would that work?
Displace them.
Temporarily, yeah. Would that work?
Okay.
Only if you add a bit of oregano.
No, not. I mean, to be honest, if you put like what is it called?
Put some sage or
iron shavings in it, maybe.
Pink Himalayan salt.
I guess the Himalayan salt.
Oh, God knows I got enough of that around the house.
I think it's called. I would think it'd be a possibility.
Why would you
Well,
want
if we could ever find.
Huh?
Why would you want to?
Kill a ghost?
Yeah.
I don't know if the ghost looked like John Wayne Gacy and it had a knife. Yeah, I'd shoot it.
Well, that kind of changes the
Giant clown coming at me with a knife? Oh,
You
yeah.
want to say it's just a ghost?
It's just a ghost.
Okay, Kayla.
What?
It's just a ghost.
The knife might be real.
Okay, Kayla.
Hey.
So.
Okay, ghosts are people too.
It's the one from The Grudge. Now, how do you feel about it?
Well, Asian ghosts are different.
Well, that little kid, I just throw some catnip at him and then film it, put it on TikTok.
And ghosts matter too. God damn it.
Okay.
Well, if you ever find a ghost that can be killed with the pink Himalayan pink salt, we got enough of it here to kill, I think, every ghost on the planet. So just come to our place. We're good to go.
Do you have oregano?
Cool. That only
No
kills
oregano.
Italian ghosts.
Just
Well,
plain
wait a
pink salt.
minute.
Yeah.
In that case, if you have those salt lamps and you turn them on, can they not come into the beam of the salt lamp?
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let's first admit
sorry.
no one in this group can have a salt lamp.
No, that's
Why?
true. But still.
Huh? Unless your house has a very good
Wayne.
dehumidifier.
They will melt in Washington.
They very much will in Washington, and they will burn your house down.
Okay, we're good. Never mind. I got the thumbs up. We're good. So,
Okay, I got to ask, what the hell is a salt lamp?
A salt lamp is like a rock salt that's made into a
They're
lamp.
pink usually.
Yeah, and
They're pink or they're orange, and they give off
if
an
you drop your
aurora.
kids too many times when they're little, they start to lick it.
Oh my god.
Oh, but they'll never be possessed.
That's true.
Uh-huh.
You can be possessed. I eat fucking soup with salt in it. You can still be possessed.
That's a cow salt.
Oh my god.
What the hell were you possessed?
What?
You possessed now, ain't you?
Oh my god.
Just saying.
Never mind. We're continue.
Paula's saying that we can actually lick the pink lamps too. So, not that I'd want to, but this is what Sunshine Rainbow tells me. So yes,
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Just go.
No,
You can
Well,
lick them. I mean, it's probably not great, especially if they're plugged in, but you can lick them.
Well, she just did it. Hair stood up a little bit, but otherwise, I think she's okay. Worse thing this week.
Brad, no,
Now, if you think about it, sodium is one. It's a very toxic metal. It's horrible. It's poisonous, and chloride is one of the most poisonous gases on the planet. But you put them together, and we
Sodium
sprinkle it on our food.
Ah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
that's why gardening sounds better and better all the time.
and if you're classy, you sprinkle it down your forearm before it touches your food.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
Nothing.
I saw it on TikTok.
Cool.
All right.
So, yeah, no, seriously though, we had a salt lamp for a while in our house.
It
And-
melted.
Well, it didn't just melt. There was a huge puddle. It collected all of the water in the house. Yeah, and the bulb and the like inside lamp was actually wet.
Ooh,
Friend.
that's a fire hazard.
Yeah,
Just a
It
little
was moist.
I'm not saying that word. Not doing it. Friend.
Are you guys all in the chat room?
Which chat?
Nope.
Oh my god. Okay. The Discord.
I think
I
Joe's
can't.
the only one.
I can't see the chat.
Why not?
I can't see it.
Oh,
I
hold
found.
that,
I
Robert.
found Joe. That's all. That's all. Found Joe.
That's a wood nymph.
Here, just a minute, Joe. I'll send it to you too.
Oh, so I want to go back to last week's show, and we're talking about Santa Claus being the spirit of Christmas.
You gotta quit living in the past, Eric.
I know, but it's so much fun. So if the spirit of Christmas brings joy and happiness and giving at Christmas time, where does Krampus fit in? What is the negative side? Is that your suicidal thoughts, your depression, your sadness over the holiday seasons? What's your thoughts?
I'm sorry, I was laughing at the Joe stick.
I know.
I didn't actually hear any of that.
I don't know if
I just got the picture.
Holy crap, it's frightening.
I don't know if Krampus is actually. I think he is based off an idea of. We used to use things like him and like nursery rhymes used to be a lot darker.
Right.
They were made to frighten your children into doing the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really consider him evil.
I don't either, especially the gingerbread man.
So I wouldn't consider him part of suicide thoughts. What does that say?
Absolutely, Robert. I'm good with that.
I just feed them Red Bull.
I'll give them wings. Yeah, there you go. So they can fly around the fucking store. Uh-huh.
Not my issue. Not my kids.
Oh,
So Krampus makes a lot of sense. You know, you have this guy in this big red suit or whatever in all these different cultures,
he's not
And
in that
he-
suit for damn sure.
he helps the little kids. He brings them toys. He's a nice guy. He eats cookies and stuff. And you know, if that's all there is, if it's nothing but good, the kids are still going to be little assholes. But you bring a guy like Krampus along, it's going to make some of them get in line and say, maybe I shouldn't do that. You know?
Right. You have to have the yin with the yang.
Yeah,
Good with the
exactly.
But I'm still baffled because, you know, Krampus didn't really make a big scene until when did the movie come out?
That's not true.
No, but
In the United States, he did.
I was in Germany for 8 years. I had never heard. I had a lot of German friends, so I'm not. You know,
But a lot
you
of them, that's the thing. Even in a lot of those countries, they kind of let their stuff go. like they let a lot of that kind of their mythology go.
Yes
In a
and
lot of
no.
areas.
I think it's more.
After World War II, Germany didn't force a lot of stuff down people's throats anymore.
I think it was Austria. Didn't Krampus originate in Austria?
What?
Possibly.
No.
Yes.
No, yeah,
did?
it was Austria
Yes.
that he originated, but Germany still
Hey,
celebrated. So,
And that's why, like, St. Nicholas Day is huge for me, because
Right.
it is a part of our family thing. Like, it is still a habit for me to check my shoes.
Huh?
On the morning of the 6th, I check
Oh,
my
okay,
shoes.
okay.
Yeah, to see if anybody left him a coin.
Or hard candy.
Right.
And it's
I never
been
do.
a few years. Like, when I'm around my dad, he actually does that.
Does he?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
If he's around, I do find something in my shoe. So it like, and he knew about Krampus.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's why I think and Germany does celebrate Krampus. I'm just saying, in 8 years that I was there,
But that's the thing. He wasn't a celebration in the olden days.
right?
He was a warning.
But still, I look at and most of the big parades and celebrations of Krampus Day that you do see are coming from Austria, not Germany. So, do they do it now? Possibly, because he's made such a big uprising. But no, but I mean, and I've been to a lot of the Christmas festivals in Germany every year. Didn't see anything about Krampus.
You wouldn't.
I'm Bavarian, and I had German relatives, and I never heard about Krampus until a couple years ago.
Did you just say you were a barbarian?
Bavarian.
Bavarian.
Like
cream filled? Oh.
Yes, yes. Yes, I am cream filled.
Oh, good God.
We were back on a pointy sticks or what?
Yeah.
Sorry, Joe.
So,
Cream filled strudel.
you gotta remember that they think differently over there, too.
Right.
I've got images of oh shit.
Me and my dad were talking about this earlier tonight. Even Canada is 10 years behind the United States on most things. Friend, some of the Middle Eastern countries and a lot of the European countries are quite far behind, and so like they don't
celebrate the old customs like they normally would or used to.
God.
You don't have theaters filled with people going to watch a movie about World War II.
Oh God, no! Unless you're drinking beer.
Friend, it's not something they celebrate. They don't celebrate bad things. We do.
True.
But now that they have started. They celebrate Krampus because he is part of their history that we adopted.
Well, look at Halloween.
Yes.
So Halloween originated in the Celtic lands. We adopted it in what, the 1940s, 50s?
Whenever the
Earlier
fuck
than
they
that?
put those really creepy ass homemade masks on and ran around.
Yeah, I've seen some really creepy masks from the United States from the 30s.
Oh
Those
my
kids
God,
are
those were
scary as
fucking
hell.
terrifying.
But now you see other countries actually adopting trick or treating, which
Do we?
normally would. That's just fucking wrong.
You guys are so goddamn gross. I just looked at the chat room. Goddamn, guys.
It's Joe and his.
No one in this panel is making it onto the nice list this year. I can tell you that right goddamn now. Nikki?
Nikki will win. It's over. Let's just go home now. That's it. End of the show.
Fucking
Congratulations, Nikki. You win the show.
My eyes! My eyes!
Holy shit.
Krampus
And
is
here I
sitting,
thought she was the sweet one of the group. So
Krampus is sitting in his cave right now like,
no.
holy shit, how did I miss those people?
Yeah, uh-huh. He's looking in the window
I
now,
have-
Nikki.
oh, dear
Oh,
sweet
Joe,
Jesus.
so you can't be, you're not in the chat, Discord chat, so I'll send this to you privately, Joe. This is what Nikki put up.
Why
Oh,
do you want to
God.
see how he was born?
It shows white cream. Rick, do you have another question for tonight?
Oh, God. If you're asking me to find something
I remember that. I didn't know somebody was filming that.
Holy shit.
Oh, my face hurts. Oh,
Wait, I already contributed a question for the night.
You know what's
I'm
horrible
broke.
about this?
As I'm looking at this right now, I can't do anything.
You know what's horrible about this?
I can't stop watching it.
My very
I know. It's
sweet,
just like,
innocent aunt listens to our show. Auntie Rose,
what
if
in
you
the
are
world?
watching
Okay,
this,
you want to know what my
I
question
am so
is?
sorry.
Here's my
Glad
question.
you're not in the
What
chat room.
in the
Okay, so
what in the world was going on with animators back in the 30s and 20s? That's my question.
whoa. What do you mean?
Yes, Nikki's little image.
Bavarian
picture.
cream-filled.
Yes. Yeah. What in the world was going on? Yeah, those people were just...
That is a very innocent cartoon that we are all just destroying with our dirty, dirty minds.
There's nothing innocent about that donut.
There's nothing innocent about that. They knew exactly what they were doing.
Actually,
Shit.
yeah.
I just like the trees in the background. They're ice cream cones.
Okay, so I actually do have something to talk to you guys about. We were talking about with our kids tonight. Right? You know, we were talking about the Mandela effect last week. Me and Kayla did actually experience one. So,
oh, really?
do you guys know the movie Super Troopers?
Yeah.
Yes.
Meow.
We went to watch
Meow.
number 2 with Kayla's mom
Meows.
and her brother.
Meow.
And at the beginning of that movie,
Meow.
Meow.
there is a 10
Meow.
there was a
Meow.
10-minute ad for a company called Wingstop.
Wingstop meow.
Right?
Yeah.
It was, they did a whole thing of based off of the Let's All Go to the Movies animation,
Oh yeah.
but
Yeah.
they made it really psychedelic, and it was 10 minutes long.
It told me.
An ad for a wing shop was 10 minutes long.
Right.
We were all very confused because we thought it was actually part of the movie, and it was just an advertisement.
Huh.
After
Wait, you
watching
saw that?
it, we couldn't find it. We can't find it now.
Huh.
Really?
So you're saying this is a Mandela effect thing that maybe you...
After watching that movie in the theaters, we were never able to find it again. I have constantly searched YouTube and other streaming sites for this advertisement, and it's nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, I can't find it anywhere.
I saw it in theaters. I saw it in theaters, and I don't remember that in a theater, and I don't remember seeing that. So
All 4 of us remember
Not
this
saying
very
it didn't
clearly.
maybe it was
watched
regional.
we watched it in the
Mount Vernon.
the Burlington Theater.
That's what I'm
It
saying.
couldn't
Maybe it
regional
was
because we were
regional.
just
I watched it
getting
in
one.
Texas. So
We were just getting one of the Wingstop stores in a couple months.
Huh. Okay.
But that could have
was
been
the
it. Maybe it
weirdest-
was just something that was inserted.
It was the weirdest fucking advertisement we have ever watched.
Yeah.
It was actually kind of disturbing, like to that point.
Right.
Or,
I don't know if any of you have ever seen the cartoon movie Sausage Party. But
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine
God,
the
yes, I've seen it.
you know the ending scene of that?
Yes.
Make it with like chicken wings and make it psychedelic. That's what this was. 10 minutes of that.
Wow.
No drugs involved, no alcohol. This was just a very weird moment, and we've never been able to find it again.
Huh.
yeah.
And
It was creepy.
yeah,
It was weird.
Well, and that's
I believe it happened. I just
But going to the 20s and 30s animation, I like Robert's answer with they had no censors back then.
true. Well, they
but-
did. Too.
But
Yeah, they did.
They had
well,
censors.
not like they
Very
do,
much so.
not like they do today.
Yes,
But
they did.
rated G was
No,
not.
they don't.
Heavier ones.
Far more, if anything.
Yeah.
But they had to answer censor boards, didn't they?
But
No.
I
They
think
couldn't
the,
show actual.
but I think the innuendos are what were, you know, like the
Right.
the cream filled.
Probably the
cream
Well.
filled dancing broad in Candyland.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, things
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Adults would go, hey, look at that. He's splooging all over.
Oh, whoa, whoa. Watch your language.
Well, they
sir.
had
Blah,
a
blah, blah.
they had the 1 foot rule with the you had to always have a foot on the floor with any scene that was on a bed with a man and a woman. So
Uh-huh.
I have to think that there was a certain amount. Yes, there was innuendo. But most
That was
women cartoons
TV.
are full of innuendo.
But that's what
So-
all cartoons are, fucking innuendo.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. No, that's
mean,
been
Watch the
Especially,
Pixar movies now.
especially
Like, come on.
Disney.
Yeah,
Disney was known
Disney
for
and
that shit.
Pixar are all about that.
oh please. You watch the Warner Brothers cartoons from the 30s and 40s that we used to watch as kids on Saturday mornings. And you watch them as an adult, and you see them in a totally different light than what you did when you were a kid. So yeah,
I honestly,
the cartoons are the
I think the older, you know, Cheyenne was watching the Mickey Mouse Christmas from like the 70s, and I enjoyed it. They were funner.
Funner.
Yeah, that's a word for that.
Funner.
Funner. Did today's cartoons?
Yeah.
They
well,
were
that's why
simpler.
the
Dude, I was raised by stoners.
He-
I watched Shaggy and Scooby fucking
Oh, but yeah, but
Yeah.
I and Chase Ghost.
yeah.
same era.
Brad, like that's the thing. Like in the 30s, and they were just discovering what they could do with animation.
Mm-hmm.
In the 60s and 70s, they figured out, well, if we do drugs while we're making these, they turn out a lot better. For
Yeah.
in the 80s, they figured out, well, if we do too many drugs, holy shit, what did we just create? And then we got into Barney and Teletubbies era, and friend, they figured
Furbies.
out we need to get back to doing drugs.
Oh, and the Smurfs.
We don't talk about
No,
Furbies.
but-
No Furbies. That's horrible.
It's like Bruno. We just don't talk about it.
Those things scare the shit
I mean,
out of me.
if you think about it, the
Get the
Uh,
calls with the
Peanuts
Smurfs.
Christmas is one of the sweetest. It was done in, 65, 66, I think, is when it originally came out. There's nothing in that show that is anything but nice and innocent.
Wow.
And it is a little depressing because everybody treats Charlie Brown like crap. But then
It
they
is
all sort of
considered-
rally to him after Linus. So.
It is considered the most controversial releasing of a Christmas cartoon that they've ever released.
Which one?
Peanuts Christmas.
Oh,
Really?
Yes.
Why?
because they had no idea how the world and how TV viewers would take the fact of one of the last lines in the movie is Linus quoting the Bible.
Oh,
Yep.
even back then?
And they had real issues actually releasing the show. It took them weeks to decide whether they were going to on TV because they didn't know whether they should actually impress that upon people with a cartoon.
Now, I know that had become a thing by the 90s where they were openly questioning whether or not they should be airing it on CBS because of that, because the world had changed. But I didn't realize it went back that far.
Yeah, apparently
in the 60s you're talking the sexual revolution, so they're gonna.
There is a huge set of letters among the studio executives discussing whether or not to release that film on TV.
But they were still putting Donnie and Marie Osmond on.
Yep. But that's not.
How does that even jive?
Because they didn't want their cartoons to be about that. They didn't want things that were
controversial to be about religion.
Yeah, they didn't want it to be pushed towards kids.
No, I don't.
It wasn't. The cartoon wasn't meant to be that originally. But Charles Schultz was a Christian.
Was he?
Yes.
Yeah.
And he demanded that line be left in. Eventually they did decide to do it, and it became the best decision they've ever made.
Didn't they even do the nativity scene?
Yeah.
And
yes,
in that, so
I believe so.
yeah.
And you know what?
Well, that was the whole point of it. They were getting carried away with the nativity scene.
Do you know that is the only show that has ever come out for kids since the 60s that has never missed a year?
Yeah.
Weird.
And no one's brought up the whole cancel culture thing. No one's brought that up. Not that I've seen.
No, actually, they got quite upset last year when they were told it wasn't going to be on TV. And they did kind of bring it up, but in the opposite way.
Okay.
They wanted to cancel Apple. Apple now owns all of the Peanuts movies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they're the ones there. So you have to have Apple subscription to get it. So it's not on regular TV.
Not anymore. And
Nope.
it became a
You have
huge
to do
thing.
That's like that bastard mouse at Disney.
Yeah.
They bought up Star Wars and everything and all
But
the
they
Marvel
tried-
movies. Now you got to pay them to see them, and they can kiss my ass.
Last year, when Apple announced that it wasn't going to be
Amen.
on actual live TV on CBS where it normally is, the world threw up a huge fit, and actually Apple sales went down like crazy.
Right.
But we will never get it back.
DVD.
And Robert, that's not true. Cancel culture has not been canceled, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's
you know,
running strong.
if people just got the hell over shit and moved the hell on, and let people celebrate Christmas, let us celebrate Yule, let Kwanzaa. I mean, the list of different holidays in December goes on. Let everyone celebrate their own thing, their own way, and move the hell on.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
I don't get it. I never will. I celebrate Christmas just like I celebrate winter solstice.
Naked?
Yeah. And dancing in the woods.
Dear Jesus, don't come over for Christmas. Well, okay. Eric, do you have a question?
No, I already asked mine.
He's thinking about stuffing the turkey.
With honey.
Okay, Cole, how about you? You got a question that doesn't have anything to do with pointy sticks, turkey sacks, or cream-filled donuts?
You know, you sure are pretty good at asking people if they have a question.
I got shit. I ain't got nothing.
What?
I'm sorry, I didn't bring anything to the table except for my awesome
One
personality.
of my questions is specifically for you.
Oh, go ahead.
What's up? No.
Rakes.
Rakes.
I know you're obsessed with rakes. Can you tell me about rakes?
Well, see, they're a garden tool that you use to.
I know you're obsessed about the ghoulies.
They're very akin to the hose.
They're cousins of the hose, aren't they?
Yeah, and their brother's the pitchfork. So, what do you want to know about Reikis?
Oh, I thought you might have something new. I know you were obsessed with them, but we can go on. That was just kind of an aside there.
Oh,
Sub question.
sub question.
I got one for you though.
All right, go for it.
Missing time.
Uh-oh.
How many of you have actually experienced missing time? I mean, you each have to tell a story about a time when you knew you had missing time.
Joe, I keep telling you that guy
Yes?
is roofing you.
Ah!
We're going to see him.
Are you seeing the roofer again?
The roofer.
Yeah.
That's not what they're called. Okay.
I'm
You just
missing
pissed off a lot of construction workers.
the roofier.
Oh.
Oh God. Okay. Yeah, I got a lot of missing time, but I think
Let's hear
that's
it.
because of.
Okay. I don't know if
What?
that's what this is.
What?
Have you guys ever
What?
driven down a road and, like, you've driven down the road
That.
hundreds of times and all of a sudden you are about 15 miles past where you thought you were?
Yep.
Yeah.
And you don't know
Yeah,
what
but
happened.
brownies
You don't know
were
how you got
involved.
there. Well, no, like, so dead sober. Like, this happens to me all the time.
Or mine's where I don't remember getting from point A to point B. I know I took off to go to that place, but I don't remember getting there, and that's sober. It's usually longer drives, like would be from here to Cedro Woolley, for
Yeah.
example. But yeah, it's at least 20 some odd miles. But I'm either I must be caught up in whatever music I'm listening to, but I don't think it is. I've never had it where I don't remember listening to a song. I don't remember anything that happened. I just remember showing up at the place and going, wow, did I just miss the whole trip? And I've done that.
Kayla's looking at me kind of terrified right now. Like, how many times have you done this with me in the car?
But I only do it when I'm alone. So I don't think of a single time I've done it with somebody that was with me. But
Oh, I have.
yeah.
You fell asleep.
And that's a 30-minute drive, roughly. And Robert's in the chat room talking about a 2-hour drive from Cairns in the far north Queensland to his house in Bellenden Care, with no memory of driving a 2-hour drive. I mean, that's some serious missing time.
Well, okay, so it depends
Better,
on what
he
you mean
knows.
by it.
Huh?
It depends
Here's
on-
one without extended time, and you can't figure out why it took you so long to get somewhere when you know someplace takes you an hour to get there and you spent 3 hours.
Oh, that was the entire month of November.
I've never had that happen.
Really?
Going from Seattle to Mount Vernon where that has happened.
Mhm.
And it's like,
Well,
how the hell?
That's usually roughly
It
an
was
hour.
Okay, first of all, what the fuck, Nikki? You were in Mount Vernon. You didn't come to visit.
Right? I was thinking the same thing.
Oh.
What the hell are you doing in Mount Vernon?
This is years before I do, you guys.
Oh, yeah, now comes out the excuses.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, not due to traffic, not due to anything else, but for some reason it would take that long. And I'm like, what the hell happened? You know, seriously.
I do
Memory
have the
spaces.
thing where, like, we will go to Arlington, and it feels like it takes hours to get there. And then on the way back, it feels like it takes 15 minutes.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
relativity of
Well,
time and
that's-
space.
yeah.
That's not.
Well, you can actually speed up time with driving. And I don't mean
by foot on the pedal either.
No,
There
because
are
you're moving
ways.
through space-time, so therefore you're moving at a different rate than anybody who's walking or standing still.
See what you're saying?
Well, I know
Warp.
they
Huh?
take time really, really quickly, and their speed on their vehicle still says, say, 55 or 65. I was going to say degrees. That's not what I. But anyway, miles per hour, and basically they get to their location. If traffic moves out of their way. I mean, it's. I know people that have the ability to do that. When there is wall-to-wall traffic, and for whatever reason, they have the capability to where it's like a bubble
can
is around
manipulate.
there. Yeah, they can manipulate a form of, lack of better word, time and objects around them.
Objective
And
space.
it is.
Can you
I-
tell them to come with me every time I need to go down to Anacortes for the ferries? Because I can really use their help. So,
Oh my god. Have you guys seen those new inflatables that Walmart sells?
Oh god.
That they're like an elf or a Santa that can ride in your car?
No.
no.
No, but
No.
Kayla's mom just bought one.
Of course she did.
And it
It's
rides
the
in the
mother.
passenger seat, it inflates, and you plug it into your cigarette lighter, and it inflates. Can you think of how many people are going to get pulled over in the HOV lane for this?
A lot.
This is going to be awesome.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
That would be the new thing for
That-
2023.
Yeah.
What did
That's
that have to
expensive.
do with objective space-time?
It's faster in the HOV.
Oh, okay.
We're
I
on
was-
a serious topic, and there you go, just messing things up. So.
I was very fucking
You
confused.
don't even. Okay, I went into Walmart the other day. I found some amazing shit. Okay, they have gingerbread outfits that have mascot heads that you can buy.
Oh my fucking god, we need one.
I told you that.
Oh. I want to be a gingerbread man.
I still have pictures of you as a turkey,
Yay!
Brian. Walmart is actually becoming a cool store again.
No.
But no, it
I
reminded
wish
me
they'd
of
go
HOV.
back to 24 hours, though.
Why?
Well, that's kind of a process of the lack of people to
Because-
work.
That
Fucking
they don't
seriously.
need people. They need one person. Everything else is self-checkout.
Yeah,
Oh.
I wish they'd go back to a 24-hour store, because then I can go back to shopping at 2 o'clock in the morning when nobody's fucking
Well,
there.
they have to have somebody. They put flashlights behind a lock cabinet now, so they have to have one person with keys to get two things.
Rick,
It's
that's because
very-
they don't want you to hurt yourself with them.
Well, here in California, they have a whole lot of self-checkout. People walk in, they load up a cart or their arms full of whatever they want, and they just walk out.
Hey,
Yeah.
trust me, we have a lot of that up here in
Yeah.
concrete, too.
Yeah, we have
Yeah.
a whole bunch of self-checkouts at our Walmart, but half of them were closed. But apparently, they didn't want to work either.
Yep.
Computers took a nap.
Right? Well, it's Walmart. They can make anybody quit.
Yeah.
It's bad when the AI runs away.
No, honestly, there has been a hell of a lot more theft.
Well, it's...
No, it's out of control.
It's insane. It's insane the amount of theft that goes through any given, even like our fucking tiny little grocery store. Do you know how often we get people stealing shit off of the shelves? Like,
I told you to pay for
Well,
it.
that would explain it.
I was just walking away.
yeah.
Well, it explains where my old German beer is going. So clearly, it's not me buying it all up. So.
Oh my god, I'll get a shipment next week. Just come in and tell me how much of what you want, and I will personally buy it for you, sir.
Your entire beer cooler. There you go. That'll take care of it.
All right, you bring the
Then I'll
money
just walk-
tomorrow.
No, I'll just walk out with it tomorrow. See, this
Oh.
is how it works. So,
Just take it through self-checkout.
yes.
It's over by the lotto counter.
There. Oh.
sorry.
God. And for everybody not living in concrete,
For everyone living in concrete, please don't rob the Red Apple.
Jesus Christ, if you come and rob us, we won't have a store left, guys. Please stop it. Okay.
okay, better yet, the cat Pepe and the Friskies. I don't care about beer. Just that, so my cats don't decide to eat my eyeballs out in the middle of the night. I need that more than anything else. So, yes.
Oh, okay. Well, I can order that by the case if you want
I
by the
had
case.
that issue. Like, I walked in there and they had no freaking cat food.
Okay, I gotta tell you guys. Okay, I'm serious.
Okay,
there
what's up
is
with the supply
such a
chain?
supply shortage right now. It is so fucking hard to get certain things. Okay, I hear this like 900 times a day, and I'm telling you the same thing I tell everybody else. There's a huge supply shortage. We're a tiny little store in the middle of nowhere, and I can't order 15 pallets of the same thing to make sure that we have enough to fill the damn shelf.
It's just cat food. Calm down.
I know.
No. But you did have plenty of steak tonight, and by the way, it was excellent. So thank you.
Our steak
There
is
you
always good.
Yes, it is. It was excellent.
And
Even I
actually,
couldn't screw it up.
we honestly have some of the cheapest meat prices around too. So just FYI, people.
And
So many meat jokes.
All
so
right,
little time.
Your meat is a joke.
I'm going to move this along. So I recently read an article that actually said that it's time for Krampus to move aside.
Oh,
Really?
God
To
damn it,
make
we're
way
back on
for-
Krampus.
No,
What's coming?
Krampus
they
is
want
giving me
more
cramps.
recognition for the other Christmas creatures that we've talked about in the past. The Christmas witch.
Huh? The Christmas witch?
They,
So,
they would like more recognition for the other ones.
well, Belsnickel actually made an appearance in the Christmas Chronicles, the new one. It's not new. It came out, I think, last year. Huh?
Really?
Yeah. They had
I'm trying to
Bell.
remember that movie.
Yeah, Christmas Chronicles. It has Kurt Russell.
Sorry.
It's on Netflix. And
Belsnickel, I think.
they actually had
Is Belsnickel the name of the guy that was squirting the cream on that girl in the video?
That's your
No.
Bill Snickle.
No, Belsnickel is a malevolent elf.
Jesus Christ.
And the Yule Cat. You remember the Yule Cat?
Yes.
So they
Yeah.
had Belsnickel and the Yule Cat in.
That's right. I remember the Yule Cat part.
Yeah, that's what the Cat in the Hat is based off of.
What?
Where did you get that?
He's the Yule Cat.
Cat in the Hat was an asshole.
Is that weed still affecting you?
Shut up.
Take another hit.
Dr. Seuss is highly overrated.
I'm looking at T-bone steaks right now, so I don't
Oh, God.
know, man. That made me want meat. Lots of it.
He said bone.
Oh. Get a room.
We are.
Oh, shut up.
Next week.
Holy fuck.
You're going to Portland or something, ain't you?
Yeah, we're going to Hood Sport.
Oh, dear God.
Oh.
That's what I
So, yeah, the Yule
cannot-
Cat, he looked like a lynx to me. A giant lynx.
What? Oh.
And Christmas Chronicles.
What Christmas Chronicles?
And then there were, oh God, who we talked about in the past? Yule Cat, the 13. There was the Christmas Witch. And I believe she was Russian. I believe that came from Russian lore. I can't remember her name though. And wasn't she the mother of the 13
13 bad boys
Yule,
of Christmas.
Yeah, Yule boys.
They were the Yule Yules.
So yeah, no, that would be interesting. Interesting to see.
So.
Okay. You know, so yeah, it's been a great show.
Oh Jesus Christ, Kayla!
It'd be interesting to see if they came out with a new version of Grinch.
What?
It'd be interesting if they came out with a new version of Grinch.
They come out with a new version of Grinch every
coming out with
freaking
a new
year.
version.
Are they?
I thought there was a new one coming out this year.
You're a mean one.
Am I
You seriously
mistaken?
better not be. I'm sorry, but it's kind of. We gotta kind of work on something else. That one's kind of.
It's.
They need the
Oh,
Nightmare
well-
Before Christmas too.
What?
Mm-hmm.
There is
Yeah.
that.
You know, that's one of the few movies at Christmas I have never seen. I've somehow managed to let it. It's not because I didn't want to watch it. It just sort of slipped through the cracks. There's a lot of movies. The first Jurassic Park movie, still haven't seen it entirely all the way through. So
That's
it's
insanity.
just one of those movies.
It took me 4 years to watch The Page Master. Okay, I'd always fall asleep right when horror was like, it's horror.
Well, you know, bringing back the old movies. I think Hocus Pocus 2 kind of took a dive.
Yeah,
Fuck
Hocus
you.
Pocus 2 was fucked.
I
But you know,
love the Roombas. I don't care.
Okay.
The Roombas made that movie.
what you know what we need? We need like, oh shit, I forgot.
Damn. I've heard of short-term memory loss,
Kids,
but
this is
wow.
why you don't do drugs.
Okay, all right.
Cocaine.
I do not do drugs, sir.
No, you just take weed spray.
No.
Brand.
Yule lads.
Okay,
That's who they were.
I'm sharing a picture.
No. Oh.
Yeah,
No, this is my mom and my great aunt. We're recreating that moment on Facebook today. On the Rufus.
Oh no, it's cool.
Cool.
Right?
That is very cool.
And my mom dresses up as a witch every year and does witch
Dresses
dances
up.
in the street.
No, good God.
Yeah. They're supposed to do that in Congress this year,
Were they?
but somebody had a problem with witches.
I know they did it in Mount Vernon.
Yeah, and they did it in Darrington, and we were supposed to have the witch dance going to compete against Darrington, but somebody had a problem with witches,
No witches in Darrington.
so they didn't do it.
Huh.
But is Darrington some kind of like Christian like bastion of all holy, or am I missing?
No,
something?
that's
I haven't been
Lincoln.
there yet.
Concrete
That's
had an
Lincoln.
issue.
Concrete had an issue. Darrington actually did the witch dance last year and this year,
Okay.
but Concrete, apparently the ones that wanted to do the witch dance had a problem with witches, so they didn't want to do the witch dance. So, okay, whatever.
Mm.
So they didn't do it.
Okay.
But yeah, it was the Yule lads that I'm thinking of. There were, 13 Yule lads, I believe? Each one came on a different night?
I thought there were 7 of them.
There's more than that.
That's the dwarfs.
Oh, God. Oh. Yeah, there's like 13 Yule lads, and I think the Yule Cat was one of their...
This is something between her and Nikki. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Oh.
Just a little lemon. Fresh
You got another
squeezed.
question tonight?
Hang on.
Yeah, Nikki. What's your next question?
Poor Nikki.
What the?
Poor Nikki.
Right.
Yeah, Yolcat's got a pointy stick.
That is
Robert.
not what he asked.
I know. Frosty,
Can't
so mad. Frosty with a pointy stick.
Okay, this comes from a friend of mine. Oh, God.
Sorry. What's your question, Nikki?
This comes from
We're
Question to
fucking
the
live.
panel.
Oh, yep.
What? Yeah, I know that's the thing. What would you hope? Oh God, I gotta look at this properly. What would you hope exists in your legacy in 100 years? Oh my! What
Oh,
would you hope
wow.
exists in your legacy in 100 years? Oh mercy!
What would I hope exists in my legacy?
It's Frosty on
God!
Oh.
I'm kind of hoping for my legacy in 100 years. They'll say he was a good president, and I hope they don't tear any of my statues down.
Wow, that's ambitious.
Hey, think big, man. Go big or go home.
I was just going to say, hopefully my grandkids maybe remember me. But yeah, that works.
You know what,
On
your
you.
grandkids
Yeah.
will find some crazy show called the S4 Bunker, and they'll listen to the grandpa on it.
There you go. I can't even get my kid to listen to the S4 Bunker. And he's too busy hosting his own live streams on YouTube. So, you know.
After tonight's show, I don't think kids should be allowed to listen to S4 Bunker.
Yeah, I kind of feel dirty because I just gave my 14-year-old son the freaking link tonight. So.
Oh, Jalen is laughing his ass off.
No,
14,
Johnny.
14.
Okay.
Johnny.
Oh, Johnny's laughing his ass off then.
No, he's probably.
Did you
disgusted.
show him the pastry video?
I think he has to be over 18 to watch that one.
There should be a
To be
disclaimer.
fair,
Frosty.
to be fair, this whole production went downhill as soon as Nikki put the pastry video. That's where it all went to hell.
Oh,
That
no.
really- blame
I
on
think it went downhill as soon as Kayla self-medicated.
Shut up! My tooth hurt.
Before
Well, okay, so my legacy in 100 years. Honestly, that our future generations of children still hold some of the same morals I do. That's it.
Yeah. That's all you can ask for.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that in 100 years, people will know me as the best fucking thing that ever happened on this planet, and that I'm gonna be like smarter than Einstein and have more published and be like the next fucking Nikola
Wait.
Tesla.
Don't you mean came to this planet?
Sure.
But how many of you published right now?
16.
Oh, okay.
Of what? What have you published?
Nothing. I just wanted to see his face when he was like, what?
Yeah.
No, I'm working on it right now, so it'll happen.
Oh.
It's okay. I already told we talked about this the other night. If I die, I am going straight to Einstein, and me and him are going to come back, steal her theories, and then patent them before she gets. That way she actually has a reason to be mad at Einstein, because she really has a problem with him.
Well,
I do have a problem with
I
Einstein.
do
Half
think
of
we've
his
already
theories are
started a
flawed.
legacy as one of the first paranormal teams to take emergency management on the paranormal level to a whole
Level.
level. Yeah.
Yeah.
Friend.
I don't know. I'm not going to be
Well-
around in 100 years unless some sexy ass vampire bites me. So,
Oh, when they're sparkly, you just fucking laugh.
right.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. Those aren't real. You get the crusty,
Sparkly
nasty
vampires?
looking ones that look like they're.
There are not any vampires. There's just a bunch of posers running around in capes with fake teeth.
Oh, is Joe jealous? Okay, I got it. If you had to be any type of cryptid that matched your looks and personality now, what would your cryptid be?
Dear God. That'd be a trip.
So on the looks part, I'm not
Think
going
about
to
that
say
for a
anything
bit.
for anyone, but for on the personality part, what is the dirtiest thinking freaking cryptid out there? Because we're all in.
Yeah, I was going to say anything that looks like an unfolding lawn chair. Whatever cryptid that is. That's me.
Actually, that would kind of be a rake.
Yeah, kind of. No, it's got to match your looks and your personality.
Nessie.
You'd be the Loch Ness fucking monster. That's awesome.
Fucking huge and
Huge and doopy.
wow.
Ooh.
I'm gonna go with dragon.
You think you look like a dragon?
I don't consider dragons cryptids.
Neither is Nessie.
Huh?
Neither is Nessie, really.
Yeah, I guess. I
So
guess
I'm
actually
gonna
she
go.
would
I'm
be.
gonna go dragon.
Would she be considered a water dragon?
Potentially.
I'd be a chupacabra.
Do you know what a chupacabra looks like? According to.
You know what Kayla looks like?
There's a bad movie with Eric Estrada was in. You don't want to look like that. I don't think you look like that, Kayla. Jesus.
You've never seen her in the morning before coffee.
Yeah, well, good to know. I'll avoid that.
Only come to the store afternoon.
Yeah.
I'd be a Laborian.
No,
A what, Nikki?
a laborian.
I would be a Laborian is an ET that I know. They're feline
Oh nice.
with claws.
Meow.
They are a hybrid. Excuse me. They can change into a human and also shapeshift partway between human and excuse me, feline.
Hubba hubba.
Seen it? Yeah, they're actually cool, and they've got these incredible retractable claws. So they don't necessarily have to kill you with the claws. The claws are retractable. Really kind of cool when they transform.
Nice. You know, I think I'd be a
Yeah,
siren.
cool.
I've been a Laborian before in my lifetimes, thousands of years ago. Excuse me.
Huh? Ouch.
Banshee.
I would not be a fucking banshee.
Can you squeal for me?
Whoa, don't ever say that to me ever again. I wouldn't be a banshee.
Oh.
I'd be a siren.
I've
Now
heard
leave me
you
alone.
yell.
Yeah, that's true. Oh my god.
Walk like a banshee.
Squawk like a banshee. Whatever. Aw, banshees are pretty. I like banshees. I'll be a banshee. I don't care.
Friend. I don't know.
Joe, you wouldn't be a Bigfoot. You'd be more like Wolfman.
Liking.
Friend, I don't know
what?
what I would be. Like,
Oh, there's an ET that's a wolf-like creature. Excuse me.
Huh.
That are shapeshifters.
Mm.
Ooh, Cole's gonna be an alien.
To ask,
Okay, sweet.
you have to ask as to what the name of it is.
You want to be a Yeti?
You think you'd be a Yeti?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, kinda. You look like the Abominable.
Like, very akin to cold weather.
Right.
Friend. Good at being alone. I like
Well,
snow cones.
I'm pretty sure I'm the big. Pretty
You're
sure I'm the Bigfoot from the 70s. The little 5-second image they got of the Bigfoot running around from back in the 70s. It looks like he's got a beer gut and he's got bad posture. That's me.
He's got kitties too.
Well, I think I've got those now myself. So.
Talking about the Patterson Gimlin film?
Yes, that one.
That was definitely a female.
Oh,
Yeah.
Daddy!
well, then I have issues. So.
Sorry.
Daddy!
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, you live the best you.
No, apparently I have. So.
Oh.
Poor Nikki. She's trying to keep this, going in the right direction, and we just keep steering it right off the cliff. So.
We're good at driving things off a cliff.
That's what we do on the bunker.
For earlier. What the hell are you talking about?
What is your guys' favorite Christmas tradition that you carry on from
Childhood.
Favorite Christmas
Well,
what?
yeah, from your tradition that you carry on with your ancestors?
Wow.
Creating something creating something from scratch every year. And by that, I mean a specific craft.
Wow.
Something
That's cool. I don't have one.
starting from about 6 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So every year there's something new, and it doesn't mean that it has to be hung on the tree, like what she and I used to do. It usually is a small painting or something that's crocheted or I've done everything under the sun. So, even woodwork. So, yeah, that's something that I've done literally every single year. Something different every year too. Which, yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else?
Ancestor-wise, I don't know what my ancestor did. I really don't.
I do.
You know what my ancestor did?
Yeah.
Okay.
They celebrated the fact that they gave my ancestors blankets. Dickhead. No. Last month.
Yeah.
Okay.
But when it comes to tradition, I think we've always created our own. Because I can't say any traditions I did as a child, with the exception of, okay, we got a Christmas tree, we got, the presents and all that. But because Cheyenne wants to learn our craft, we are going to start this year with actually creating a Yule log and welcoming in the sun on the solstice like I've done in the past, and really pushing more into witch Sabbaths. So that's where we're at with that. I think traditions should be started with your kids so that they can carry them on.
Yeah.
I got nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But again, yeah, there's no traditions I can think of growing up that I do now. Other than we go to my parents'
Did
house
that?
every Christmas Eve because they don't want to come up here on Christmas Day because it's quite the drive, especially with snowing. So,
What?
What's yours?
Fried rice. That's the only Christmas tradition that's been there forever is we eat fried rice.
On Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Stuffing.
No, like, my aunt used to make this, like, weird smorgasbord fried rice thing. And then, like, ever since I can remember, we've done that for Christmas Eve as Christmas Eve dinner.
Yeah. I think mine has to be Christmas carols.
okay.
Yeah, well, we do.
There has
We
never
do a
been
lot
a
of
year
Christmas
where
carols.
we have not sung Christmas carols at some point. My family is hugely musical. Actually, in fact, not the last time. A while ago, when me and Kayla went back to Chris for Christmas, my dad and my brother actually went to one of the local restaurants that was serving Christmas for the homeless, and they played for 3 hours guitar and sang Christmas carols while all of the less fortunate were able to have a free meal. So
That's cool.
And then, like, throughout the month of December, Dad's always booked solid with playing at different things. When we lived in Drumheller, every Saturday we went to our local church, and me and Dad played in the band. Music is our Christmas tradition.
Okay.
And I try and instill that in the children too. Pretty much the only music that gets played in the van from December 1st on is Christmas music, but it's from every genre. I just found a new version of not Jingle Bells, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? Not Ranger. It's by DMX.
What?
Did you guys know that he sang that song? And it's awesome.
Huh.
Yeah.
I would look for it.
Friend, it's really good. Friend, Rick, do you got one?
Well, I kind of came from it was a weird sort of thing where my mom's Southern Methodist and I played at her church, so I played piano at her church. But usually, Christmas Eve we'd have to wait on her to come back from the church service, and we got a little older. We started doing caroling for our family members, or some of the people that were next door to some, like my grandparents and my grandparents. We'd go carol them. But I think it was right about the time my voice changed, is right about the time we stopped doing caroling. So, yeah, I don't know if that was me or not, but it seemed to be about at the point of time. But yeah, we had a little bit of a tradition with my son. His mom's family they did Christmas Eve, and they would open their presents on Christmas Eve. So we did that for a little period of time. But I don't think I've ever had a set tradition in our family. Caroling being the closest thing we ever had to it. But yeah, it was. I mean, we opened Christmas presents on Christmas morning. I guess that's it. So I'm sorry, Corey, but yeah.
Friend, so like I had actually a pretty hard time actually getting into the Christmas spirit this year.
We just got our tree up last night.
Oh, don't even. Your kids are still young. Jackets. Friend, it has gotten so hard. They're like 16, 15, and 14, and all they want is clothes.
Yeah.
What the hell is wrong with these kids?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, clothes are useful.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, they don't want phones or video games or...
Yeah, they've got them all.
I spoil the fuck out of my children, so they already have all that stuff.
I can see clothes.
Well, and like phones are a little bit
Yeah,
for Christmas.
clothes are good.
But like my favorite thing used to be walking into a store and just playing with the toys in the toy aisle. Friend,
Right.
kicking the little kids out of the way and being like, "No, that one's mine."
Yeah, but like
Uh.
you at 14 and them at 14, I don't know.
It's
Like,
a different world.
Different
It is.
time. Like,
Yes.
It is, and with the economy and everything, all the prices jacked up
Well,
everywhere.
No, but apparently it's not that different.
oh yeah, what 14-year-old boy would play with a toy train now?
No, but
Okay.
Kayla,
Well,
I wasn't born in the 1930s, okay? We had electronics. But no, it's the fact that like, I asked my dad about this, and he's like, yeah, you know what? When you and your brother were growing up, it started to get really hard too. Like, it got really hard to get into the spirit and okay, that's not helping my spirit there.
Right. It's hard. It's hard when they get to be teenagers because you can't. You're right. They have everything.
Yeah.
I mean, consecutive years when I was a kid, I had the Space 1999 Eagle Lander, the Millennium Falcon, and the Death Star. That was as awesome as it gets.
Damn.
And then I got old. I got to be 12, and then it was like, well, video games, or it was a bass guitar, and then it was closed. So yeah, it's amazing how fast it turns. And now I wish I had back. Now I wish I had back the Space 1999 Eagle Lander, the Millennium Falcon, and the Death Star because they are worth far more than any amount of things I have in this house right now. So, including the big screen TV. I don't want to be a kid again. Oh.
Yeah, that is the biggest thing, I think. Friend, Christmas time when we were a kid was just not stressful.
I had a 3-year run where the world was at my feet every December. And then it was just gone.
Yeah.
And that's how I killed the show tonight. Good night, everybody.
Yeah, well, you know what, Rick? It's not really you, it's this goddamn chat room. Holy crap. Friend, and I'm watching 2 of them.
Okay, so
That's right.
And I am really,
trying
really
to get to them.
glad that our listeners are not allowed into the roundtable chat room that we use for
Oh, God. I just looked. Never mind. Here I am talking about stupid. Yeah, I can't compete with that. Never mind.
Joe, if that's your new Christmas tradition, you're gonna be.
Oh, me?
Yeah,
Well,
you know that thing when, like, on the Maury Povich show when he says you are not the father? You're definitely going to be the father.
well, for me, the Christmas traditions is a great thing. They were all passed down as I was growing up. But Christmas is really for the kids. It's for the children. And I can't have children. Don't freak out. It's not a medical thing. It's just no one will have sex with me.
I can see their point.
Now, I spent most of my Christmases like out on drilling rigs or out doing something on a job somewhere, and away from family and things. So there's not a whole lot of things. Christmas is almost kind of depressing for me. Ha! How's that for bringing this show down?
Well,
No.
Hey, do you need it?
Not alone.
I think Joe needs a
Hey,
pickle.
I just thought of a new Christmas tradition. You were talking about the people in the chat room and they're not allowed here and there. How about next week on the roundtable we let all of them in?
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, no.
We have like 30 people in the chat room.
So I got.
Oh, that'll be fine.
Joe, I got one for
Wait,
you to
there are
start.
30 of us?
I got a tradition for you to start.
What?
Do you have a Bed Bath & Beyond or
No.
any of those type of stores down there near you?
No.
Nothing?
Hey,
I have a post office. We have a post office and a fire station.
So you have Amazon.
That's it. That's all we got.
You got Amazon then.
So slightly bigger than concrete.
Do you remember on Christmas vacation, the moose glasses?
Yes.
Okay.
The Wally Moose?
Yes, I want you to go buy a moose glass.
A moose glass.
Yes.
All right.
We will start this tradition with you. Every day, me and Kayla are going to post a picture to you. You need to recreate it with your moose glass as best as you can.
All right.
God.
Each moose glass has to have a shot in it. And
Oh, I
after
guess.
you
Wait a minute. I do
posted-
have a Christmas tradition. I just thought of one. I hung some twinkly Christmas lights up in the garage rafters about 15 years ago, and around Christmas I plug them in.
Those lights.
That's my
Okay, I want
decoration.
to be there to see that.
Jesus
I don't even-
Christ, Joe, you are like the saddest Christmas story ever.
Your lights haven't been changed out in 15
I want to
years.
be there to see that.
I used to have a tree every year. The last 8 years, I haven't had a single tree, and all I got are these damn fucking Christmas lights. So, things happen.
I got to the point where I'm sitting here and I look around and I've got all these Christmas trees and they're growing all over the place around me. I'm surrounded by them. I was like, well, why cut one down and drag it in the house?
No, just put lights on it.
Exactly. Some battery power keeps on it, and at night, turn it on.
But Joe.
Yeah, put
And
some
before you
battery
go-
powered lights, hang a couple ornaments and a couple packs of condoms out there for the Bigfoot and just,
There you
see what happens.
Joe, is
Put up a
that the
game
real
cam?
reason you can't have kids?
What? Yes.
Interspecies erotica.
Or hang a container of peanut butter for the Sasquatch.
Whoa.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Whoa!
Icky.
No, I'm not gonna start feeding them. They walk through. That's fine with me. They hoot
yeah,
like
Joe.
owls.
Yeah,
They
I have
feed the Bigfoot.
You
Yeah.
might
I'll put a Christmas ham out there for them.
No, now you're inviting them to eat pig. That's not cool.
What's wrong with eating pig?
Yeah.
Pig is too
I
close
have
to
no
human.
idea.
Don't give that to a Bigfoot. They'll develop
Ah,
a
long
taste
pork.
for it.
Didn't we talk about long pork a long time ago? One of the
Yeah,
shows.
me and you had a long
Yeah.
pork talk.
Yes, well, we had a long pork talk.
Yeah, we did. Okay, so I got this new Christmas tradition for you two sad Christmas people. I'm sorry. Do you guys have a car?
What?
Do you have a car?
No, they run by horse and buggy.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a license?
No.
Well, then find somebody that does. Get in that car and drive your ass over here.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, I can't get on a
New
plane
Christmas
because I have a
tradition.
California driver's license. It's an old one; it's expired, but I can't actually get on a plane legally.
Well, there you go.
It's not that far of a drive.
It's really not. It's only like 20 hours.
Oh, I know. I used to drive from here up
That
to.
is a serious
I used to live in
invitation.
Ocean Shores.
Jesus, Robert.
Nikki,
Be
Joe,
careful.
Rick, you guys
Big-
are all always welcome
No,
here.
seriously.
Especially Christmas Day.
Christmas Day, we do a big old party with friends, man.
Ask Eric. There's way too much food.
Oh, cool. Well, we would be very happy to attend if you guys would be willing to have us. So,
Excellent, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Joe, look in the. You saw those pictures?
Yes.
So that's what
You got a drunk cat wearing a red cowboy hat and a
That is a
pig.
top hat. Thank you very much. I'm fancy. Okay. For,
Yeah, our moose
but
days.
yeah, we take a picture every day in the month of December, and we actually have a group on Facebook that we do this with. And one person takes a picture sometime during the day, and everyone else has to try and recreate that picture.
Is that moose?
Huh.
Yes, it's moose.
Yeah,
In
that's
front of a
moose.
Moose is drinking beer.
I like moose.
That's Diet
Moose is
Dexter.
cute.
Oh.
So yeah, everybody, that's my cat.
That's John.
Meow.
John's cat.
Friend. But no, it's a fun tradition. Like sometimes someone creates a photo that you can't recreate very well. Like my mom did one in front of a buffalo farm, and everybody's like, "How the fuck do we get to a buffalo farm?" Like,
You got one right down here. It's
yeah,
not really buffalo.
she put it on its back. You go right ahead. Okay.
Oh.
That ain't freaking happening. Those things are mean.
I think those are beefalo. But
What are you laughing at? Wow. Okay, guys. Well,
Be careful of pigs near swamps. Miss Piggy might have a frog in her throat.
What? All right, so I guess we'll see the S4 bunker panel at Kohl's on Christmas Day.
absolutely.
Yeah, you bitches better be here.
Jesus.
Well,
She took it.
I got anything else to do. Yeah.
Oh, that's a great picture, Joe.
Yeah, I thought about it. That is a tradition. I put the reindeer antlers on the dog every year.
You need to cut one off.
No,
One of the antlers? Yes.
Reindeer, you
It's like the Grinch one.
no.
He only has one antler.
I know.
Yeah.
Plus, it'll look really awesome when he tilts his head to the side.
Oh, look at the puppy.
All right, guys. It is 11:58. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
For to the panel.
I'm so sorry.
Whatever hell you believe in, we're all going to. Krampus is going to take us there and beat the shit out of us. And
When you start seeing snowmen develop in a yard, just close the door and blind.
have you seen the one 2 blocks down?
Yeah, that is the freakiest methed out snowman ever.
It's Olaf on meth.
It is.
It is so
Oh my
horrible.
God. Oh my God.
Down past your house?
Huh?
Down past
No. On the way here.
Oh.
Yeah, we even gave him a name. We called him Snowdoff.
He's brown.
Wait, where is this at?
It's
In
a
Cape
fucking-
Horn.
It's in the Cape, and it's like the creepiest damn snowman anybody's ever made, ever. And then they painted it like orange, and then they put a fucking
Orange.
chicken bag on its head. I don't know. It is
I'll look
fucking
at 'em as
freaky.
they go by.
Hey, it's
Okay, well, definitely have to go by there.
yeah, like
Yeah,
it's
no, it's
like
like really weird and just there.
you know those old heroin commercials that say only one time. It's like Olaf did one. All right, guys, you have a great night. We will see you next week.
Shit.
Friends, next week we are going to start with missing time. Joe has some stories for us, so we are going to start with that next week. Friend,
Sounds good.
I'm missing half my
Bring
life.
bring your Christmas questions again, and we'll have another fun roundtable.
me and Kayla unfortunately will not be here.
What?
Oh,
We're going to
shit,
have to
no.
run this.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm not gonna be here
Great
next week.
fun.
I got a meeting that I got to go to in
Oh, you're
Hoodsport.
going to be in Oregon next week
Yeah.
for
No,
the show.
Hoodsport.
Hoodsport's in Washington. It's over by
Oh.
Shelton.
Okay.
I thought you said Mooseport. You know, it's like terrible. Yeah.
No, Kayla's got a meeting and she gets a big check afterwards. So, Merry Christmas.
Look, if no one's going to be here next week, maybe we should bypass one.
just do that.
Yeah?
Yeah, we'll just cancel next week.
All right, we will come back to you guys. What's the next? The 21st.
Oh, Yule.
Yule.
Is that?
Yep.
Yeah.
You'll
We'll be here.
All right, so we will see everyone on the 21st. Y'all have a good week, 2 weeks.
Yep.
And we'll see you next time.
Data transfer complete. System malfunction. Please evacuate immediately. Program terminated.
Son of a biscuit eater.